All right, y'all. I'm not trying to make this a super long video. I just want to showcase what I think about the Mercuries. And, I think they look really good. Too long didn't read sort of thing. So I'm just going to go over it just a little bit because I know there was some talk about focus, distortion, and all that. But just going through it, the 36 is interesting. You can see here, I'm doing a test at my local rental house. And yeah, there's distortion on the sides or whatever, but you get this nice focus in the middle. Again, everybody knows that, but I didn't notice any weird focal plane issues. I kind of go back and forth, and then once the focus sort of lands where I want it to land, like you can see here, I got it off to the side. It doesn't scream weird to me. And then when I come into the frame, if I want it to be a two-shot, this, to me at least, looks pleasing. And obviously, these are all subjective feelings, but I was really thinking, like, some reviewers said, like, oh, it's wonky and you can't focus on two things at once. And it has this weird cat's eye effect. There's more of that, I feel like, with the 42 than there is with the 36. So I don't know. I think it looks good. And I like the colors. I think the sharpness is there. I will say wide open at a 2.2. It's, I hate to say soft, like just straight up super soft. It's not, but it does lose a bit of edge. And then at a 2.8, it pops right in. I think it's completely usable to shoot at a 2.2, but I probably wouldn't personally because I like my lenses to be a little bit sharper. Like I lean towards a Zeiss lens. I lean towards, as sharp as an Otis, right? Because that's what I shoot on is Otis lenses, and I just picked up a couple of Milvises. And so for me, anamorphic is very like a strange wheelhouse because I tend to not like something that's where it's like, is that in focus or isn't it? I don't think the Mercuries have that issue. I think you can look and tell like, oh, this is in focus and it's not. Shooting something wide open on an Otis at a 1.4 is going to be hard for a focus puller, or at a T1.3 on a Master Prime, one of the sharpest lenses in the business. So it is what it is, right? That's just a part of the game. But I want to show y'all some of this 42. So now the 42 here, which I think might be my favorite focal length of the set. I really wish, though, that Atlas didn't make a 36 and a 42. It kind of doesn't make sense to me. Like, the 36, I think, is a really great lens, but I wish it was like a 32. I wish it was a 28, right? Something a little bit wider, because when you're looking at the 42 versus the 36, it's not that much wider. You're not getting that much more real estate. Oh, and we're testing out a little bit of the flaring. And the flaring is nice. It's not crazy. I don't like flares like all over the place. And again, I know anamorphic, you sort of want the flares, but I don't know. I kind of lean away from it. So I like the subtleness of it, and I like it. If you can kind of see it as a subtlety of a spherical element in there, which is nice. But again, like we're both in frame. I don't feel like it's weird at all. Like we're both not in focus, and it's kind of getting on the edge a little bit where it's like sort of bending in with that barrel distortion, and you could see I just adjusted it, but it's not that bad. Like I think this frame is beautiful right here. If you were ever to frame something up like this looks good to me. I mean, I can't complain. But anyways, then we get to the 72, and this one has probably the least amount of character, which could be, depending on what you want, is a good or a bad thing. I mean, it is kind of different from the other two. It doesn't really have that barrel distortion craziness, but I think it matches very well. And so one thing's noticing between all three of these lenses is, one, they all have the same amount of sharpness as far as I could tell. And honestly, at a 2.8, they're super duper sharp. Like they're sharp enough. The colors all are consistent, and the chromatic aberration is very well controlled. In fact, I think there was a moment where I might have saw a little bit in the glasses area, just a hint of it. It's just it's ever so slightly, and I believe this is wide open right here, so it's like ever so slightly, but it's so it's so like unnoticeable that it's really hard to tell. I think it's well controlled. It's better than a Zeiss Classic, I'll tell you that, one of those ZF lenses. And that sort of leads me to the end of this discussion, which is like, I'm not a huge fan of a company saying they're going to be here on this date and they're not there. I get it. A lot of companies do that. I get it. There's back orders and whatever else, and there might be some issues with manufacturing. That being said, I do have some projects that are coming up that I was hoping to get these lenses on, that were my own lenses that I could like put as rental on the projects and help pay for the glass. And it's like, if I can't use these, then I might have to use something else or order something else, and then I got to cancel my order. I've been waiting, and I'm hoping not to do that. They put them at an extremely great price, so of course a lot of people ordered them. I wish there was a way that they could say to whoever the manufacturer is or whatever's going on, like, here's our order sheet. If you can't deliver 1,000 lenses or 2,000 lenses or 5,000 lenses by this time, like have these dates set out, that we should get a discount, meaning like Atlas should get a discount from the manufacturer because it's going to cost a certain price, right? And then they can put that discount onto us. Maybe not the full discount, but like a portion of it, because the waiting is crazy. And where are they? It's one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't care if I didn't have like things coming up that I would really love to use them on. If I was just like, here's the bread, I don't care, I'll wait. I could use other stuff, and I can go to the local rental house and rent it, but then that's, money that I'm spending and not getting. You see what I'm saying? It's an investment. Otherwise, why am I purchasing the lenses if I'm not making any money on them? It is what it is. I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't want to make this all about like, wearing my lenses, whatever. That's not what this is about. It's just to kind of show people another video. And then if anybody wants me to cut this up a little bit, the footage I'm showing, and put it online just for you to kind of take a look at it, I can do that as well. But this is just sort of a behind the scenes and me talking about it a bit. So hopefully, that helps somebody out there.